we're going to read The Kissing Hand.
Okay.
It is written by Ruth Harper and Nancy M. Leake. What do you think it's going to be about?
I don't know. Let's see.
Okay, remember, we're going to talk about connections. There's 3 types of connections. Connections book to book. Maybe you read this book before. Connection book to yourself. You say, oh, I remember kindergarten, whatever happens to you. Or connection to the world. You go, oh yeah, I remember being to the forest. Okay, something that happened to you. Ready? Chester Raccoon stood at the edge of the forest and cried. I don't want to go to school, he told his mother. I want to stay home with you. I want to play with my friends and play with my toys and read my books and swing on my swing. Please, may I stay home with you?
Mama, I read books and over there when my teacher says, read books quietly in your head.
Oh, that's a connection. Me reading and you reading. Okay, great. Next one. Mrs. Raccoon took Chester by the hand and nuzzled him on the ear. Sometimes we all have to...
Nuzzle him is...
Oh, that's what it is? Okay, thanks for telling me. Sometimes we all have to do things we don't want to do, she told him gently, even if they seem strange and scary at first. But you will love school once you start. What do you think? Did she say they love school?
No.
He's not going to love school?
But after that, he is.
Oh, he is? Have you read this book before?
Yes. Kissing Hand. My teacher read it to me, then I read it.
Would that be a connection?
Uh-huh.
What kind of a connection? Book to book.
Uh-huh.
Yes. You'll make new friends and play with new toys. Did you make new friends at your school?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
There was Sarah and Ellen, but now it's just Elijah and Dean and Sawyer and me. That makes 4 of us.
That makes 4 of you. Read new books and swing on new swings. Besides, she added, I know a wonderful secret that will make your nights at school seem as warm and cozy as your days at home. When does he go to school? In the morning or at night?
Night.
Why? What kind of an animal is he?
A raccoon.
Raccoons are they diurnal or nocturnal?
What does that mean?
You don't know that? I'll tell you at the end. Chester wiped away his tears and looked interested. A secret? What kind of secret? A very old secret, said Mrs. Raccoon. I learned it from my mother, and she learned it from her mother. It's called the Kissing Hand. The Kissing Hand? Asked Chester. What's that? Look at that. How is he looking? He's looking very interested, huh? I'll show you, Mrs. Raccoon took Chester's left hand. Is that your left hand? No, that's your left hand. And spread open his tiny fingers into a fan. You see his hand? Animal hands are different. Leaning towards it, she kissed Chester right in the middle of his palm. Chester felt his mother's kiss rush from his hand up into his arm and into his heart. Even his silky black mask tingled with a special warmth. You see that?
I felt warm.
Oh, you feel, that's a connection. Mrs. Raccoon smiled. Now she told Chester, whenever you feel lonely and need a little loving from me, just press your hand to your cheek and think, Mommy loves you, Mommy loves you. And that very kiss will jump to your face and fill you with toasty warm thoughts. Look at the picture. She took Chester's hand and carefully wrapped his fingers around the kiss. Now do be careful not to lose it, she teased him. But don't worry, whenever you open your hand and wash your food, I promise the kiss will stick there. That night, Chester stood in front of his school and looked thoughtful. Thoughtful, he's thinking. Suddenly, he turned to his mother and grinned. Give me your hand, he told his mother. I'm the mother, you're Chester. Chester took his mother's hand into his and unfolded a large familiar finger into a fan. Next, he leaned forward and kissed the center of her hand. Just like that. Now you have a kissing hand too, he told his mommy. And with a gentle goodbye, I love you, Chester turned and danced away. Where's he going?
To school.
To school.
And the owl opened the school so everybody ran
record.
Up
Yeah.
there.
Mrs. Raccoon watched Chester scamper across a tree and enter the school as she hoot owl rang at the school year. She pressed her left hand to her cheek and smiled. The warmth of Chester's kiss filled her heart with special words. Chester loves you. Chester loves you. The end. How did you like that? Look what it says here. I love you. Any connections? What connections did you make?
The heart I love you.
And what else?
The one of wrap the fingers around.
Yeah, and then you going to school, right? And Chester going to school too.
Yeah, he was nervous. I wasn't nervous to go to school, but now I feel much better with my friends.
With your friends, just like Chester did. Okay, awesome. High five. Stop it.